Alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash. We say double and say the apostles and elders of great milestone and rule well, our teachers in the truth. And we say salutations to all the Yakim to the pushing the word and no truth and sincerity day in and day out, constantly in season, out of season. We say Shalom. Once again, we're already to edify and go into the scriptures and touch on certain situations, different topics, and this video I want to touch upon, the celebrity they call Ciara, right? She was recently in a video. Well, from the post, you could see that she was recently in a video where she was doing something with a gay marriage, right? Now we know, according to the scriptures, we already know that the gayness, the faggots, these lesbians, all these things that have nothing to do with the Lord. First of all, the Lord destroyed a place for this, right? There's an abomination, right? There's an abomination to the Lord, and the Lord already said He hated all abomination. He didn't say He loved it. He said He hated all abomination, right? Now, just going into this post here, what she posed this picture with the two men that got married, right? And she put wedding is lit, and she marked equality, right? Now, someone named Lucas Norton, right? He put a comment under her post, and he wrote, "Ciara, you shouldn't be doing this. We respect you too much. Being at a gay wedding is one thing, and joining them together is even more a greater sin. We love you, but this is wrong." First of all, he wasn't wrong with the part with the gay wedding and joining them together. He wasn't wrong about that being wrong, but he was wrong for saying the respect. Because at the end of the day, they are showing respect unto these celebrities, because they have their own agenda to on. They want to stay rich. They want to stay in the limelight. So they will do anything, to stay up there, right? They will sacrifice the family. They will make their own children turn lesbians and faggots just to stay on that level, right? And so going up, she replied to that comment, right? She replied to that comment, and she wrote, firstly, Christians don't judge. Hey, and secondly, you need to calm down. I wanted to title this video the comments of the pre-brain Christians, or the comments of the small brain Christians, or the things idiot Christians say. These there's so much titles that's going through my mind, and I can see by her comment that is something plenty of these Christians they say, that they're not supposed to judge, and it's equality, and they say by the end of the day the Lord make it straight for what it is, right? The Lord make it straight for one time what it is you're supposed to be following. So let's go into our scripture here, right? Let's start with the scripture here before I jump into the judge part. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse 21, right? They say, for God, right? Matter of fact, I'll start from verse 20, right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse 20. It says, for there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of God that is set before them. So there are plenty that shall perish in this life, because you know why? As the scriptures say, they didn't follow in these commandments, they didn't follow in the laws of the Lord, right? And which the laws is where? The laws is written in the scriptures here. The Lord tell you what to eat, not to eat. The Lord tell you what to do and what not is supposed to do, right? And the Lord tell you that being a homosexual, being a faggot, right? Being a lesbian is wrong. And according to the scriptures, the faggots and lesbians should be put to death according to the scriptures. So we're supposed to be doing what? If the scriptures, we know in this society they uphold that. You can't put that. You can't say, okay, you're gonna pick up a sword and kill a faggot. No, you'll get put to jail for that. But we know that being that, It's wrong. According to the scriptures, it's wrong. Right? According to the scriptures, it's wrong. So it says, for there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of God that is set before them. And you can see it here. These celebrities and all these people that be following them shall be perished. Hey, hey, they're going to perish. You know why? Because the Lord's law is the hardest thing to do for these tutors. It's the hardest thing to do for these people. You know, following the Lord's word is the hardest thing. Right? So you know what? They shall perish in the way they choose. Because you know what? They choose death rather than life. Right? And let's bring us a quick scripture here in the book of Baruch. Right? The book of Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. It said, this is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So if the scripture said in here, this is the book of the commandments of God. Right? It endured forever. So how could you talk about equality and accepting this? It have nowhere. You see, this endure forever. Forever. Right? And it's a reading over Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. It said, this is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So it have nowhere you can talk about equality there. It have none. If it's wrong, it's wrong, and if it's right, it's right. And according to the scriptures, homosexuals, gays, lesbians, whatever it is, faggots, whatever it is, that is wrong. That is wrong. I'd have no way you could talk about your praying to God and you're accepting this dotishness. Right? So, going back into the second Ezra, this is second Ezra chapter 7, or go to verse 21 now. It says, for God had given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, right? Even as they came, and what they should do, what they should observe to avoid punishment. So it's written here what it is you should stay away from, what it is you should do. The things you stay away from is because you stay away from it, so you won't receive judgment. You won't receive your punishment, right? For doing something wrong. So how would you know you're doing something wrong? You have to go into the scriptures. You have to go into the laws. The scriptures say, for where there is no law, there is no sin. So that means, okay, if it are no laws to this thing, so there is no sin, but there is a law towards this. There's a law towards this, right? So why talk about equality? It have no equality there. God don't like it. He don't. And it's the scripture say, the Lord is a man that changeth not. So the Lord ain't going to destroy a whole city for this, and then all of a sudden accept them. No, he don't like it. He don't. Right? Let's bring on the law here quick. Let's say this is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. It says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. It is an abomination. So going back into the second Ezra chapter 7, it say for God had given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. It's simple as that. It's a wrong and a right, and this is wrong, right? It have no way that God, because it like all these birdbrain Christians there's want to be saying. No matter of fact, I'll title that the comments birdbrain Christians make. Right? Because I'll go to verse 22 now. This is second Ezra chapter 7 verse 22. It said, nevertheless, right? It said they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things. This is a vain thing. Talking about equality and um talking about God still love him. No, God don't love faggots. He don't love homosexuals. He don't love lesbians. That's as simple as that. He don't. Right? And the reason why all you're accepting it, because as the scriptures now say, or you're not obedient unto him. So you all are going to do what? Perish in your wickedness. It says verse 23, it says, and deceive themselves by their wicked deeds. And that these statements she make, and the people that are accepting this, they deceive themselves. Because at the end of the day, God make it plain fair. As he say, straight commandments. It have no twist and no turn around it. It's just straight commandments. Right? It say, and deceive themselves by the wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not and knew not his ways. But his law have they despised, and denied his covenant. In his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. And they could see it here. This is a perfect example that they have denied his covenant, they have denied his laws, they denied his commandments, and so on, his laws, and so on. They despise it, they deny it, right? So you're seeing it here, right? So let me jump to the next scripture here now, because she said her response was, firstly, Christians don't judge, and secondly, you need to calm down, right? So hey, at the end of the day, what the scripture say? What? Say, cry aloud, spare not, lift up a voice like a trumpet, right? The Lord said to what? Go outside and reprove our people. He said, her comment was, firstly, Christians don't judge. That is why they're so messed up in the way it is. That is why these Christians messed up. They're foolish, right? And they lost, right? So I'm gonna jump to our scripture here. This is First Peter. she bold Christians shouldn't judge, right? And there is something plenty people like to say. God say don't judge, but where God say don't judge? And I'll bring on this scripture they like to use to say God say don't judge, right? Now this is First Peter chapter 4, verse 6, right? It says verse 6. It says, for this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead. So, okay, what do you mean by dead? That dead not talking about literally dead. That dead just means you all don't have the truth. You all dead to this knowledge. You understand? Because they wouldn't go and pick up a Bible and preach to the dead or on a grave. No. That dead means they don't have the truth. Right? It says, for this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged. That they might be judged according to men. According to men. In the flesh. It didn't say men in the spirit. It didn't say men in spiritual form. It said men in the flesh. You'll be judged according to men in the flesh. And the flesh is where we in right now. So that statement they like to use, that men are supposed to judge. Yes. Why would the Lord give you laws? Why would the Lord give you commandments to do these things? Right? Because when you look up the word judge, hold on, let's get a quick quick meaning on Google here for the word judge, right? Alright, so let me just go to let's go to the concordance, the Bible concordance, right? And judge. Right? So the word when you go and look up in the Bible concordance and you look at the word judge, it means to try, condemn, punish. Right? It say avenge, conclude, condemn, damn, decree, determine, esteem, judge, go to. It say law, ordain, call in question, sentence, to think. So it also goes to the law, right? Because you wouldn't judge somebody just so, you had to go to the law, right? So that is why when you read the 1 Peter 4 verse 6, it say, for this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh. So you're going to be judged by men in the flesh. How? Because the same way now. You're bringing out the law, and this person's going to tell you the actions and what's what, if you're wrong or right. You don't go in a courtroom, you idiot Christians. You don't go in a courtroom and tell the judge, the Lord said not to judge. No, you don't do that. You're here. When you go in the courtroom, you have to hear if you're right or wrong, and you take the judgment that is received. It's the same thing with this, you idiot. It's the same thing with this. When you do something wrong and somebody correcting you, it's judgment that passing on to you. And how they giving you the judgment on to you? They're telling you you're right from you're wrong. By going into the laws. So it have no way she could say, but don't judge. And that is a statement that we know. At the end of the day, we know y'all Christians don't judge, because y'all don't do nothing according to the scriptures. Y'all don't do nothing according to the scriptures, right? It's a for this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to God in the spirit. So who's the men living according to God in the spirit? That would be the men outside here. The men at GMS, Apostle are coming straight down. The men are teaching this word. You understand? The brothers that are outside, they preaching the word the right way, and are living as the scriptures say, but live according to God in the spirit. So he talking about somebody that die and perish. He talking about men in the flesh, men like us. So yes, you could judge, right? So jump into the famous scripture they like to use to say God say don't judge. As a matter of fact, they get a statement not to judge from Tupac, a Tupac song. That is where they get that from, right? This is Matthew chapter 7 verse 1. It said, judge not. Listen to what it says. It said, judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. So, okay, if you go in and judge someone, it's the same way. If you pass on that judgment, you yourself have to be ready. That's the same. You have to be ready to take the correction. You have to be ready to be judged as well. And you yourself, if you're going to judge a matter, you yourself cannot be doing. You can't be doing the same thing you're going to correct. You understand? So it said, judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. Right? So at the end of the day, it didn't say not to judge them. It just said, oh, just know that when you're going to judge, you yourself have to be judged as well. That's all. That is all it means. But they just read judge not, and that is it. They forget the rest of the verse. That is it. That is all they need to hear. Judge not, okay, I could go and sin. But the Lord already say, all these sinners of his people shall die. But they bypass all these things, because they know why they love to live in sin. That's why the scriptures say the dead, to judge them that are dead, because they're dead to this word, they're dead to the truth. So yes, you could judge. Just know when you judge, you yourself have to be judged as well, and hope you can take a judgment that you get. Right? I'm going to jump to one last scripture here. and I'll close off. This is First Corinthians chapter 2 verse 15. Right? It says, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things. Yet he himself is judge of no man. Because you know why? That person would be on the right path. You understand? Because he's spiritual, he'll be on the right path. You understand? So yes, you could judge. Right? Not what she's saying here, because you know what? All these things they are doing is for publicity. You know? There's the agenda that the white man pushing, so they follow. But the scriptures say what? We are not to follow man, but to follow the Lord. You want to obey the Lord. You understand? So you know what? At the end of the day, when we say we hate faggot, we hate homosexual, we know why. Because it's going according to the scriptures. You understand? Hey, let me bring one more scripture before I close up. One more. Right? One more. This is this is Jude, right? The book of Jude. We'll jump into verse 7, right? It says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Because when you watch Sodom and Gomorrah today, you cannot live there, right? It was destroyed. Who destroyed the Lord? Because the scripture says here, they went into a strange flesh, because they know they're doing the same thing going on in America today. That is why America is going to be what? Destroyed. Right? It says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example. So Sodom and Gomorrah was an example. Where does do with the example? You watch it and you learn. Right? You watch it and you learn from that. When a teacher give you an example in class, she say, okay, this is an example and this is the way I want it. You yourself know how to take that and learn from it. And the scripture is saying here, Sodom and Gomorrah was set forth an example. Right? And what was the example Sodom and Gomorrah was? They went after strange flesh and they was what? Destroyed. They was destroyed. Everybody that accept that, they were destroyed with Sodom and Gomorrah. So all these people that are agreeing with this, with these faggots and all these things that America doing, you're about to be destroyed with it. Right? So it says, set forth an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Right? So yeah. So that is why. Hey, we take that example and we know, hey, that this is wrong. And we know from the example that was given in the scriptures, we know from it. And we see that America is going to suffer the same fate, the same destruction, worse, right? Hey, so you know what that again? Hey, these, wow, these Christians, they're gone. Hey, so with that we give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakakodash. We sit up around the apostles and elders of great motion will well. And salutations, so the Akim, so the pushing wood and truth and the day in and the out, constantly in season, out of season, we say, Shalom.